Hello, everyone. I just thought I'd put together a little presentation for you guys and the Facebook group, or whoever else wants to watch this, just to give. I pretty much just want to go through just a little bit of a story about who I am. For those of you that don't know, a little bit of a backstory into why I started Studio Ninja, just to give you guys a bit of a history on it, and then I'll just give you a quick demo and just sort of show you how the product works. I mean, I may have already had the pleasure of maybe meeting some of you guys last year at the photography show or at SWPP, or if you're already using our product, then maybe I've chatted to you on the phone or in the Facebook group. But if not, hopefully we get to chat one day soon. Ideally when all this pandemic stuff blows over, but I might just share my screen here just to kind of show you some stuff. All right, so just let me know if you guys can see this Studio Ninja logo on your screen. You guys can see that? Yeah? All right, sweet. All right, cool. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, I'm also a wedding photographer full time. So I've been shooting weddings for about 13 years in Melbourne, around Australia and New Zealand. So if any of you care or want to see, you can check out some of my work at chrisgarbax.com.au. Before this year, before the pandemic kicked in and everyone's kind of out of work, I was sort of sitting at about 30-ish weddings a year. Back in the day, I was doing about maybe 50 or 60, but obviously slowed down a little bit now because of Ninja and everything that I'm trying to juggle. But the funny thing is, a lot of my mates are like, Chris, man, why on earth are you still shooting weddings if you've got Ninja and all this other stuff going on? And there's kind of two answers to that. One, I still actually just really enjoy shooting weddings. I like the buzz of the day. I like the creativity, and just sort of, I don't know, I still really, really enjoy it. So I don't want to stop yet. And the second answer is, I just kind of feel it's important that, owning Studio Ninja, I still want to be in the industry. I want to know what's happening in the industry, what the photographers are up to, what technology is changing, and just be a part of it. So I feel that's, I don't know if I'll keep doing 30 weddings a year ongoing. I might cut it back, but I still feel that being in it is really important for Studio Ninja too. So while I'm enjoying it, I'm gonna keep doing it. So with Ninja and the weddings, I've also got two little munchkins that I'm juggling for half the week most of the time. So this is little Lily's 5 and little Flynn's 2.5. So these guys are keeping me busy. So yeah, with the kids and with photography and with Studio Ninja, I've kind of got a lot going on, but managing quite well. So why did I start Ninja? So the funny thing is that before having kids and before starting Studio Ninja, I in theory should have had way more available time to do everything. But the funny thing is, because I had no system or software in place, I was just like having a really hard time juggling everything. So I just made a few notes here. Some of you guys that aren't using any sort of system might relate to some of these things. So I wasn't that forgetful, but these were things that were happening to me on a regular basis. Like, it was quite common that I would forget to get back to leads. It might take me a day or 2 or 3 to get back to a lead, or just respond to a client's email. Chasing up contracts back in the day was an absolute mission. I used to even post contracts out back in the day, but then, then I would be emailing PDF files, waiting for clients to print them and sign them and send them back. It was just a real hassle. Dealing with invoices and payments was a mission. Like, those of you that shoot weddings would know, your weddings are like a year or 2 in advance, and there's multiple payments due for all the different weddings that you're shooting. So to manually deal with that was an absolute headache. And just little things like, what do I have to do for, where am I up to for each wedding that I have to do? What task am I up to? And just like general communication stuff in general was just difficult. It's just things that I was forgetting. And unfortunately, my clients were not getting the best experience. They weren't all getting the same experience. So once I started noticing my service slipping, I reached out to some friends and just asked them, guys, what do I do? Like, what do you guys do? And And a few of them said, you know, it's time to get a studio management software system, time to get a CRM in place to help you manage this stuff. So I asked them for some recommendations. I went to Facebook and asked for recommendations. I went to Google, and I spent about 6 months trialing all the different options that were available. And look, this was my personal experience, or this is how I felt personally. After trialing almost all of them, I just found in general that they were either too difficult to learn, too complicated to use, just had like way too many features that I just would never use or wouldn't need. Or the other thing was, like, this is personal again, I just found some of them just the look of them was just a bit too dated for my liking. Like I guess photographers like pretty things, and I just found some of them were a bit too old school, and I just couldn't really bring myself to using them. So that's when I thought, you know, maybe there's a place in the market for something that's just really simple, really intuitive, and modern interface that's pretty. So that's where the idea came. So I teamed up with a good friend of mine, Ewan. He's a UX designer. He's been a designer for 13 years. So I pitched the idea to him. He loved it, and we thought, you know, let's get the wheels in motion and see what we can do here. So the first thing I needed to do was actually just see if anyone else thought this was a good idea. So I mocked up a website, I mocked up some designs of what it's going to look like, and I went out to the community, mainly Facebook, and I had this vision of this really simple, pretty, easy to use system. And I went out to a bunch of different groups, and I was looking for early adopters. The deal was, if you came on early, you would get half price for life, essentially. But I needed people to basically pay up front to get this benefit. So I did that, and you know, almost 2 weeks went by, and 100 photographers signed up. 100 photographers told us, you know, that they basically gave us a year subscription up front before it was anything. And that was the green light. We're like, hey, there's 100 people for sure that are interested in this, so let's get cracking. So that was the day we decided that we'd go out and build basically the world's most user-friendly photography business app. So this was in like mid 2015. We spent about 7 months putting the product together to a point where it was ready for the market. And in February, we're like, great, we're good to go. It's looking awesome. It's perfect. It's time to take over the world. We're going to launch it, and everyone's going to use it. And this is going to be awesome. So in February, we were ready. We started February. We launched it. We put it out to the market, and one photographer signed up. So one photographer signed up after all that work. I'm like, oh my God, it kind of didn't really go to plan, but we thought, you know, we've come this far, let's stick to it. So February rolled through. In March, we had 3 or 4 photographers sign up. In April, 7 or 8. May came, 13, 14. And we just kept listening to our users. We kept improving the product, improving the features, launching new features, listening to our customers, and just constantly improving. And that was 5 years ago. So today, 5 years later, we've got about 5,500 photographers using Studio Ninja from all over Europe and Australia and America and all over. So it's kind of humbling and exciting that, you know, something that I built out of a need that I really needed, something that I built essentially for myself, has actually become, you know, a big need for a lot of other photographers too. So it's been an exciting journey, ups and downs, obviously, but we're here now, and we're going to continue improving the product moving forward. So just a few little things about us that may be different to other people, to other competitors, essentially. If you do want to use Studio Ninja, but you're coming from another product, we'll happily migrate all your data for free. If that's a hurdle for you guys, if you're like, I want to move, but it's too hard, we'll happily just grab all the information that you've got there and bring it over to us for free. If you aren't using a system at all, but you think you know this would be a good idea for you, you might have post-it notes all over your wall take a photo, send it to us, and we'll also help you migrate it that way. Like we're here to help in any way we can. If you want to jump on the phone, I'll give you a call, or one of our staff will give you a call and teach you how to use the system. We'll give you some homework, and then we'll follow up and make sure you've done the homework. Otherwise, you're in big trouble. If you don't want to chat on the phone, you can chat to us in-app, and one of our team gets back to you in a couple of seconds and will help you with whatever you need. And then other little things. You jump into Studio Ninja, all the templates in the system are free. So just making sure you guys have still got me. I'm just getting a slow internet thing here, but if you guys are good. All the contracts are already in the system. All the questionnaires are already in the system. The workflow templates are there. Email templates are there that you can use. There's already products and packages in the system that you can use or put your own in. It's just a really good starting point, so you're not starting with nothing. You can use our templates, you can modify ours, or you can use your own. That's totally fine. But we're just trying to do as much as possible to make the process of, I guess, coming on board to some sort of system as easy as possible. We're constantly doing updates every sort of 4 to 6 weeks. We're rolling out new updates based on the feedback we get from our customers. So, we're not sitting around for 1 or 2 years not doing anything. There's always improvements coming out, and we've got a really cool app. So you can basically run your business from your couch or anywhere in the world while you're traveling from your phone, and it does everything that the web app does too. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to check them in the comments, or I can answer them at the end. But I might actually just jump into a little demo now and show you guys how it works. So just give me a sec here. I'm just going to jump out of this one and jump into this one. So can you guys see a dashboard here? All right, awesome. Let me just full screen that bad boy. All right, cool. So I'm not sure how many of you that are watching this already use Studio Ninja, or some of you don't. So I'm just going to run through a little demo, and we might just book in a fake wedding, just so I can show you guys how easy it is to book something in. All right. So just a really quick overview. I don't want to give you guys information overload, so I'm going to just run through this on a pretty basic level, just to give you guys a little snippet. This is the dashboard. This is what you're going to see every time you log into Studio Ninja. You get a nice overview of some basic reporting, like how much money you're making year on year, how much money you're making based on a time frame, how many shoots you've got coming up. Just for the record, this is a test account, so these revenues probably are maybe higher than what you might expect, but we just use this as a test account that we do demos with, so ignore some of this data. You can easily filter these graphs based on what types of shoots you're doing. If you're doing, for example, if you shoot weddings and family portraits, you can filter that way. Here you can see what leads you have in the system. These would be here either automatically through a contact form that you've got on your website, or you can just manually add them here. These are all the upcoming shoots that you've got. So you can easily see on what dates you've got what going on, if it's an appointment or a shoot. At a glance, very easy to see what's going on. Here are your upcoming payments. So you can see who owes you money, how much money, when it's due, or if it's overdue. The system also sends out automatic payment reminders. So you never need to remember to do this stuff. So for example, if you've got a wedding in November next year, the system will automatically send reminders, for example, a month before the wedding. So you never need to chase money ever again. The system does it for you. And here you've got what tasks you have to do for all the different jobs based on when the tasks are due. So these are based on how you've set up your workflow, which I'll show you guys in a second. All right, so let's book in a wedding. All right, let's do that. So let's go up to the lead section. And again, this is the main menu. Super obvious what that is. That's where all the clients live: leads, jobs, calendar, etc. So I won't bother going through that. Let's just book in a client, and let's see how easy this is going to be. So let's add a new lead. A lead is essentially a job or a wedding or a family portrait which hasn't been confirmed yet. Okay, so let's add a new lead. Okay. We're going to add the client. I'm already in the system, so I'm just going to add myself, but otherwise you can just add a new client yourself. This could be the bride or the groom or a mum or a dad or whoever. All right, let's call this Jenny and Chris's wedding. And the job type, it is a wedding. The workflow that's going to be assigned to this wedding, I'll just use the sample. This is one of the templates that are in the system. And let's just say that this wedding is next April 24th. And it's a wedding, so it's all day. We can make any notes about this wedding. This wedding is going to be awesome. Whatever you want to write. Cool. Lead created. Done. So every single one of your jobs or shoots will have this screen. Okay, this is the lead or job profile screen. The left-hand side is made up of the workflow, which is basically a list of tasks that you have to do from top to bottom. So as you work through this wedding, we're basically working through all these tick, 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 all the way to the very bottom until it's complete. Job complete, it gets archived, everything's done, move on to the next job. This just helps you keep track of what you have to do for all the different jobs that you've got in the system. The beauty of the workflow is that it also has a bunch of automation. So it can, for example, automatically send emails at different stages. So for example, if I book these guys in, the next day, a thank you for booking email will automatically go out. And then 60 days before the wedding, another automatic email will go out. And then a week before the wedding, another automatic email will go out. This is just an example, but these are the things that you can do based on how you sort of structure your own workflow. So you can send automatic emails, automatic questionnaires at any time, and automatic contracts at any time. So the workflow can do all that for you. On the right-hand side is some basic details about the wedding and the client, and then all the different things that you can do. So you can send invoices, quotes, contracts, questionnaires, you can upload files, make whatever notes. This is where I would normally actually put like the schedule of the day. So groom coverage, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., blah, 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 whatever. You can put whatever notes you want. And this is a mail section. So this will track all the outgoing and incoming emails that go through the system. So you can, again, keep track of all the communication that's going on. So let's just say that, I've met Jenny and Chris and it's all good. And they, I want to book them in, okay? I'm going to use the quote feature for this little demo. So let's add a new quote. And I actually want to create a pick and choose quote. What that means is it's going to give the client an option to pick and choose whatever they want. All right. So let's create that pretty quickly. I want them to choose between the wedding bronze package, the wedding silver package, and the wedding gold package. So now we've got 3 options here. And actually I would like to recommend, oops, that's the family. Let me just move that out of the way. Let's add the gold wedding package there. I'm actually going to recommend this one. So let's highlight this as a recommended package that I would like them to choose. On top of these 3 packages, there may be some additional things that you might want to sell the client. So for example, let's add a few extra products that they may choose. This is a really easy and quick way to upsell, all right? So they may want to add, for example, a drone. It's an easy $300. They may want it, they may not. Let's just show it to them and they might choose it. We may also include a same-day slideshow, And just for the demo, let's include a second photographer. They may choose that they want 2 photographers instead of 1. So now we've got 3 packages and 3 products, and that's all good. Let's add a payment schedule. So actually, depending on what they choose, I want a deposit now, and then I want the remaining balance, for example, 14 days before the wedding. All right? That's automatically going to calculate everything for me. And I also want to package everything together. So I would like to include a contract and a questionnaire at the same time so that they basically go through the whole process within a couple of minutes. So let's save that quote. The quote is saved. Happy with that. Going to send it out. Bang. So this email will get sent to the bride in this example. I'm not going to send it now. because I don't want to show you guys my private inbox, but this email will go to the bride, and this can be any template that you like, but essentially it will say something like, I've put together a quote for you. You can view and accept it using my online booking system with a link to the online booking system. So when the client clicks on that link, let's send it anyway, gone, to infinity and beyond. Yes. All right, cool. So let's just say the bride receives the quote and she clicks on the link. This is what they will see. This is what we call the client portal, all right? All of your clients will have access to this for the different shoots that you've got. So as soon as they land here, they'll straight away see some basic instructions that this is how you navigate, and if there's a red number 1, then action is required. Bang. So this is the quote that we created a minute ago. Looking good. In this example, the bride and groom or the couple will look at this and be like, cool, actually, you know what? This is a bit pricey, a bit more than I was expecting to pay. You know, I'm just going to go with the silver package in this example. But wow, this photographer also offers drone. Let's book that in too. Easy upsell. And you know what? I've spoken to hubby. Everything's cool. We've got an extra bit of money. Let's lock in the same day slideshow as well. So with basically no effort on the photographer side, the client has now potentially upgraded some things with no effort, right? So as I'm clicking this stuff or turning it on and off, the summary is automatically updating. That's the total in Australian dollars. Obviously, you guys may set up pounds or wherever you are. That's the amounts due based on the payment schedule that we added before. Happy with everything, looking good, accept. Fantastic. Thank you for accepting this quote. And now a client portal wizard will kick in and take the client through every step of the process. So it's literally idiot proof for them. Like it's super easy for them and they can't stuff it up. So click here to review and sign your contract. And just for the record, these logos will be your branding. This is just a test, but this would be your photography branding, your banner image at the top, or your stuff. So based on the package that they chose, that automatically gets copied over to the contract. So this is what they chose. This is what they're getting. That's when the payments are due. That's the terms and conditions. We have samples of this already in the software that you can use, or you can modify it or add your own. Happy with that, sign. Oops. Done. That's not how you spell my name. That's how you spell my name. And submit. You may also want another party, a second person to sign the contract, but if not, next step, click here to complete the questionnaire. Bang, fantastic. Here you can ask any questions that you want about anything and design it any way you want with different columns, with tick boxes, with radio buttons, or whatever information you want, you can ask them now. Generally, this is just an example. Generally, during the booking process, I like to keep my questionnaires pretty simple. So I don't want to have too many barriers for them before I get the money. After I get the money, then I have some more questionnaires that go out. But usually at this stage, I keep it pretty simple. So they can fill in whatever they want. Bang, yes, no, 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 whatever, whatever. You can upload files. You may want to see some reference shots that the bride likes. She can upload them here and they go straight into the job. Happy with that, submit. Thank you. Click here to view and pay your invoice. So within a matter of minutes, the client has literally accepted the quote, signed the contract, filled out the questionnaire, and now they're here ready to pay the invoice. This is everything they selected before, and they can pay by whatever method you have set up in settings. Pay by bank transfer, cash, check, or credit card if you've set that up. And it's as easy as that. I'll probably cut it there. I don't want to give you guys too much information. But that's literally all the admin that I would do for a wedding. I would send the bride a quote. They'll go through that process. As soon as that happens, that lead now becomes a confirmed job. So now I'll find Jenny and Chris's wedding in here. So that lead has automatically pushed over to the job section. The workflow has progressed. There's no more lead stage because the job has been accepted. And now we go straight into the production stage. So tomorrow, a thank you for booking email will automatically go out. I don't need to do anything. All these emails will send, and that's pretty much all the admin that I need to do. If I need to look at the contract, if I need to find the answers to the questionnaire, everything is here. And it's really as simple as that. If they, if they pay me by cash, I can just go to the invoice, view it, I got the money, or by bank transfer, and I record the payment. Done, finished, thank you. And that's all the admin I need to do. If they pay by credit card, all that happens automatically. And that, my friends, is about as simple as it gets. There's a bit more to it. I won't bore you guys with too much other information overload stuff, but that's a quick demo of Studio Ninja. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves or ask away or put in a comment. But that's pretty much everything that I'd like to share for today.
Yes, that was fantastic. Really, really interesting. And it's the first time. Well, I saw it 2 years ago when you showed me on the stand at the photography show. So just for people who will be watching this later, and for the guys here, there's a special deal for our members, isn't there? That you might want to tell them about.
There is. I've actually forgotten the code. Martin, maybe you want to jump in. Actually,
Joel.
Just.
Yeah, so what was that? So it's 50% off for the first year, isn't it, for the BIPP membership?
That's what it is, but I don't remember exactly what the code is. I just need to look up in my database. If you have that
okay,
code, feel free to share it in the comments or whatever.
Yeah, we can find it and email it to our members anyway, so they're aware. We could maybe attach it to this video when we send it out as well.
Yeah, perfect. So that's right. So yeah, we've spoken to you guys, and anyone that wants to, it's a free 30-day trial regardless. So jump in. Have a play with it. You know, there's some sample, there's already some sample leads and jobs in the system. So feel free to click around and have a little play. But if after 30 days you like it, feel free to sign up. And with the BIPP code, you'll get half price off any of our packages, subscription packages, so either monthly or annual, whatever you want to choose. We're also super, just to wrap on that stuff, we're super chill in terms of like, if you guys sign up, even at half price, and you decide it's not for you or you don't like it, just message us and we'll refund you anyway. Like we're not going to play hardball. We're not like, you know, we just chill out, easygoing. So if it's not for you, let us know and we'll just refund you either way. So it's no big deal.
Wow.
Well, you know what? I'm not, you know, we want the system to work for people. So regardless if there's a discount or not, if it's not working for you, we'll happily refund you. No questions asked.
Hey, Chris, I believe David has a question for you. If you want to go ahead, David.
Hiya, Chris. I currently use Capsule for my sort of information regarding clients, etc., and it works quite well for me. When I send an email, I can basically send it to Capsule at the same time, so I've got it sort of saved as in another place. I can actually sort of go back to that to refer to it to see at what stage I'm at. I can see how Studio Ninja could save me a lot of time and a lot of hassle. But are you able to import information from Capsule into Studio Ninja?
I've never heard of Capsule before, to be honest. I'm sorry. Is it just a client emailing tool, or is it an actual CRM with like job data?
It's CRM.
Yeah, well then, I've never heard of it, but if it holds information for your, like, you know, a wedding date and the client's name and email address and any contracts or whatever you've got there, if you can share your login details with us, then the migration process is actually, some people think it's automated, but it's actually our team opening, for example, Capsule and your Ninja account, and one by one, copy and pasting all the data that you can't be bothered doing. We'll do it for you. So it's not a simple process, but if we can get access to your account, then we'll do it for you.
There should be an export feature, I think, in Capsule to sort of export it in a particular format. So it might be just a case of you importing it.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, then the answer is yes. If we can, we can. If we have access to it.
Also, your invoicing straight from Studio Ninja interests me a great deal. Again, I have software for all my bookkeeping, which our accountants have easy access to. They basically have our sort of login, and it integrates directly with their software. the sort of parent company is called Iris, but the actual software is called Cashflow. I really like how Cashflow works for us. We've used it for quite a few years now. But would Studio Ninja be able to integrate with Iris? Does it integrate with Iris or not?
Good question. The answer is it doesn't. Again, I haven't really, not only have I not heard of it, our users have never mentioned it to us. Like, it's not something that we're even aware of. We do integrate with Xero and QuickBooks, which were the two biggest requests we've had from photographers all over the world that do have like an accounting product.
Yes.
So yeah, Xero we do, QuickBooks we do, but unfortunately Iris we don't. So I'm not sure. The answer is I'm not sure how your accountants will manage that. I'm not sure if they'll if you can invoice through us and they'll just manage your income and expenses through your bank feed or something. I'm not sure how they'll do that.
They may well integrate with those products anyway, so it might be a possibility of that. I'm just thinking of basically consolidating everything into one space, and Studio Ninja may well be that sort of product for me that will actually enable me to stop paying out for Capsule, stop paying out for Cashflow, and just pay for Studio Ninja. It could well ultimately save money. So yeah, I'll let someone else ask some questions now. Thanks, Chris.
No, that's okay. And just to wrap up on that, just so really transparent, I know some of our competitors also do like expense tracking and have like more accounting functionality. We've just found that I'm not an accountant and Ewan, my business partner, is not an accountant. And we just prefer to spend most of our efforts building a better photography management tool rather than going down the accounting path, which has different legal requirements for different countries and states all over the world that we don't really want to deal with. So we just prefer to integrate with QuickBooks and Xero and possibly MyOb and maybe something else down the track to let them handle it. So that's pretty much the reason why we don't have that many specific accounting features. We can invoice, there's a lot we can do, but it's not an accounting product.
Which payment provider do you use? Because we use Stripe currently. Do you integrate with Stripe?
Yeah, we've got PayPal and Stripe, and Square. We're starting Square integration next month.
Cool.
Mainly for our US customers, they love Square, so that's kind of the next thing on the list. But thanks, David.
Cheers.
Anissa's got a question for you as well, Chris.
Go for it. What have you got? Hit me.
Hi, nice to meet you. Just a quick one.
Yeah.
With QuickBooks, so I use QuickBooks. I find that really easy, and it's straightforward with the invoicing and everything. Does it double up a little bit? Because I'm quick with QuickBooks, and it is straightforward. So is it just really more for the emails then? How is it any different? Sorry to be a pain. I just want to know what the difference is.
You're not a pain. It's a good question. I guess QuickBooks is only invoicing. So, do you shoot weddings or what are you shooting?
Portraits. So it's websites and portraits mostly at the moment. So yeah, my relationships with my clients is I have a lot of conversations with them as well. So like with generic emails, it might be a bit tricky for me sometimes because they want the conversations and we build. So they're repeat clients as well. So most of my clients I work with on an ongoing basis, so it will be for several years and stuff.
Look, Ninja will be useful for you just to keep it all in one place. Like QuickBooks is for your invoicing. So essentially, if you invoice through Ninja, it will replicate the invoice in QuickBooks. So you won't really need to go there anymore. You'd pretty much just use Ninja for your communication, for keeping track of all your notes, for just, hopefully still, even as a portrait client, like automatically emailing, for example, a day before the shoot, just reminding you that the shoot's tomorrow at 2 p.m. It'll automatically do these things for you. And it doesn't need to be as generic as maybe you think. If you can write it in a certain way, it'll still feel very personal. I honestly can't live without the auto emails. It's just an absolute must. And I've never, the way I've written it, a client literally thinks it's an email from me to them. So yeah, it doesn't, like QuickBooks will still be your accounting software. That's what you would track all your expenses. That's where you would go there for that. But as you record money in Ninja, it'll automatically record that in QuickBooks. So you won't really need to spend much time there. If you decide to use us, you'll do all your invoicing through us. and record payments through us, and that will automatically sync to QuickBooks. So you'll only be really going there for more of your tax purposes, like reconciling your expenses and doing your quarterly or end of year tax stuff. Just a matter like, it's a really good product. If you find that you're having a hard time managing your admin. So if you're forgetting, like those things I mentioned in my big forgetful list, if you're having a hard time managing that stuff, that's when our system becomes really useful. But look, if you're not in any pain, if that stuff's not bothering you and it's really easy, then stick with it. But if you're at a stage where it's like overwhelming and you're getting gray hair like me, then it's a good time to kind of, upgrade to some sort of system for sure.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I was just like, for me, it's just useful getting a little bit more information of what you guys do. Also, like, I think a little part of me is like, how much admin can you do? Can you make phone calls for me? Can you edit some of my stuff? Like, I'm just like being lazy now. So like, I find I just want to free up shoot time. I think that's what it is. The emails don't bother me so much, but there are other things that bother me that I spend significant, like even like group emails, the big mail outs. I'm lazy with that. There's a lot of things I could be doing that I know will get me work, but like this.
Could you imagine like me calling your clients? Hey, this is Chris calling on behalf of Anissa from Studio Ninja. Just making sure your shoot's going ahead tomorrow.
I'll totally pay you for that.
Look, maybe there's a little bit of a side product business idea for us. We'll do PA work as well.
Yeah.
Gosh. But that's, like with me, like when the wedding stuff became too much, it was a godsend I actually jumped into Tave. That was the first thing I did. And although it was very good and very powerful, like the reasons I mentioned, for me, it was just like feature overload and there was just too much there. I would go in there and be overwhelmed with stuff that was appearing, which I didn't know what was going on. So Tave is amazing, but for me, it was just too much. And that was one of the reasons why I started Ninja.
I can see how this really, really works well for weddings. I like what you did with the packages and how easy that is to click on those. That makes so much sense. I'll totally see what you're doing with that. That's a very good way of getting people to buy more products. It's good.
Do you do like a small fee for a session and then like a in-person sales session afterwards? Is that what you sort of model?
Yeah, so I have set packages, but I have a set shoot fee, which is a little bit higher because my time is worth it. So like, just because I don't want people mucking me around with what they buy thereafter. So I charge my shoot fee. That's a given. That's the deposit. So that's what they would pay unless they know what package they want straight away.
Yeah. Like I said, if you want to have a play with it, you can sign up for free. You can there's already a fake portrait job or lead in there already that you can click on, and you can even just like try to book yourself in, like set yourself up as a client and pretend like you're booking yourself in, just to see what the experience would be like for yourself and for your client. And if you like it, you like it. If you find it's not quite the workflow that you would want, then that's fine too.
That's all right. I might do that, but thank you. Really appreciate the answers as well. No, thank you. Cheers.
Awesome. I'm drinking a gin and tonic because it's nighttime here, okay? It's not 10 a.m. in Australia, so don't think I'm an alcoholic. Kate, do you have a question?
Yes, I do have a question. Well, I'm shooting more commercial client now than wedding. Is the Studio Ninja will generate nice email, because I don't want to repeat to every single client the same email because it's absolutely wrong. Because I shoot many different clients, like I'm getting into commercial world. Is that gonna be something which helps me to set up and to keep all the info in one place?
That's what it's built for. So again, similar to Anissa, like if you want something that keeps everything organized, then we don't have the majority of our users are wedding and portrait photographers, but we do have quite a lot of commercial photographers. You would just set up your own email templates, the ones that you would send on a regular basis. You can write them from scratch every time if you need them to be really unique, or you can set up some templates that you can just automatically send. It does what I showed you. So if you want to send quotes, it's a very easy way to, if you've got pre-built products, you know, an hourly fee or your licensing fees or whatever. They can all be packaged together.
Yeah, well, that's difficult because it's everything depends about the job. It's, you know, depends what they booking. If they booking headshots or, for example, for the branding or anything, I charge completely different prices to anyone. Depends what company and how large they are. So I don't want to, you know, charge individual, you know, certain money. I obviously charge the companies slightly bigger. So it will be, you know, I couldn't probably set up the template with the prices because I'm not charging per hour, I'm charging for a job. So it will be like a bit tricky for me to, I don't know, to maybe generate email, or I will be very expensive then.
I'm not really sure how to answer because it does all that stuff. It's just a matter of maybe just jump in on a free trial or even to a test account and just send yourself an email and see what it's like.
I do still wedding, but like I said, my main now shooting is more commercially, and I really enjoying that. Wedding is just obviously, as you know, we are in what stage we are, so I'm adjusted much more for a for a commercial shooting,
Yeah.
which is
Chris, would I be right to say anyway that even though they're generic emails, before, if you jump on them before they're due out, you could edit them anyway, I'm pretty sure, couldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And also, like in a commercial world, you don't need to automate your emails. You can just, you know, click on send email and then choose a template and then modify it however you like, or write it from scratch, or
okay.
there's a lot of different ways you can use the system.
And just from a point of view of business and to you guys, that I spent, as you know, 12 years at Graphic Studio, and I've been here a year. And you live and die by your CRM system. If you've got a CRM system where everything's together and everything's in one place, it's the cornerstone of any. It should be the cornerstone of any business. Is how you keep the data, and obviously now with data compliance and things like that. I think it's if you don't have a CRM system, which Studio Ninja is, I think that you're missing a massive trick because. You know, it can generate your work. When we send an email out to our members, it's through our CRM system. Everything goes through the CRM system. You're crazy if you don't have a CRM system or Studio Ninja. It's an absolute cornerstone of any business, I think.
Yeah, so even in portraits or commercial world, you can see like what mum, for example, in the portrait world, you know, how many shoots this mum has come in for in the past, how much she's spent. So then you kind of prepared for the next one. Or yes, David, I can see that you are ready to jump in.
When you've got emails sort of coming backwards and forwards, do the clients reply to a Studio Ninja email or your own email? How do you keep all your emails in one place? At the moment, I've got a sort of file system in my sort of email sort of folders, so I can go to a particular client and I've got emails going back way back to 2003, so I can quite easily, you know, work out when I photographed a particular project. So I photograph architecture as well as weddings and portraits. So it's been really handy over the years to be able to sort of go back and verify what I said all those years ago to a particular client, because I might still be working to the agreements made, you know, all those years ago. Does Studio Ninja sort of keep track of sent emails and received emails?
Look, hopefully your prices go up over the years, David.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you're not still honoring like $20 an hour from like 10 years ago. But
I started buying and maintained that, thankfully. So
yeah, so it does. Yes, you can go into any client, which I didn't show you just then. But essentially, you go to the clients tab, find the client, and it'll show you all the emails that were sent and received to that client. Or you go to any lead or job. Say, for example, the client had 4 jobs, go to one of the jobs and it will show you all the emails that were sent and received for that specific job.
Right, okay.
So you would...
Are the received emails sort of duplicated? So would Studio Ninja receive an email and would my email account receive an email as well? So duplicated. So I could still keep that file structure just in case you decide to close down Studio Ninja then and not stuffed.
You know, it's not really my plan. But yes, that's true.
You never know. I mean, we didn't obviously know COVID was going to arrive, but it has done, and you know, it's messed up our lives considerably. So you've got to think about the future as much as you can. So my emails have always been there. So you know, I've always relied on them. They're just there.
Well, and that's the exact reason why we don't take the emails. We just essentially, it goes to your inbox and it gets forwarded to us as well. So there's a copy of it in Ninja just for tracking purposes. And then you can reply. You can reply from your own email client, or you can go back to Ninja and reply from there. It's up to you.
That's perfect. Well answered. Thank you, Chris.
Let me just have a gin and tonic after that one. That was stressful.
Got to make you work for your money, Chris.
Oh, mate, I'm sweating here. God. So hopefully that was, yeah, helpful. If you guys want to give it a crack, give it a try. If there's anything I can help you with, I might even jump in. I'm not sure if I'm in the BIPP user group, but I might jump in there. And if anyone has any questions for me, feel free to, I mean, you can reach out to me, chris@studioninja.co if you want to email me, or on Instagram, just my name.
We'll get you we'll get you on the Facebook community page as well, Chris, if anybody's got any questions.
Yeah. Yeah, if you end up posting that video, just tag me in it and I can just jump in and answer any comments if anyone has any questions in there.
Awesome.
Great.
Right, nice one for that, Chris.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Chris. Thanks, guys, for taking the time to join us. Thanks, Joel, for organising it. And I guess we'll speak all very soon.
Brilliant.
Beautiful. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy your day. See you later.
See ya.